In earlier lecture we discussed product topology on Cartesian product of x and y, and also the subspace topology. In this video we discuss some properties and useful lemmas regarding subspace topology. So recall what is the subspace topology. Let X be a topological space with topology tau. If Y is a subset of X, then the collection tau Y equals to set of Y intersection U such that U belongs to tau is a topology on Y, and this is called subspace topology. Here subspace topology defined on Y, and Y is called subspace of X in this case. So tau Y is equals to Y intersection U, your U belongs to tau. So we know that as tau is topology, U is open because every member of topology tau is open set. So this is called subspace topology. With this topology, Y is a subspace of X. So next new thing, so open sets in the subspace Y consist of the set of all intersections of open sets of X with Y. Means if we take any open set from X and take its intersection with Y, then whatever the resultant quantity comes, that must be open set in subspace Y. So remember this result. This is a very useful result. Open sets in the subspace Y consist of set of all intersections of open sets of X with Y. Also we discussed one of the lemma in basis. Let X be a topological space. Suppose that script C is collection of open sets of X such that for each open set U of X and each X belongs to U, there is an element C belongs to script C such that X belongs to C and C is contained in U. Here U is open in X and C belongs to the collection of all open sets of X. So then this script C is the basis for topology of X. Then this script C is basis for the topology of X. So now we prove the lemma. If script B is basis for the topology of X, then the collection script by is equals to B intersection Y, where B belongs to script B, is basis for the subspace topology on Y. So here we have to prove the script by, that is equals to B intersection Y, where B belongs to script B, is basis for the subspace topology on Y, where script B is basis for the topology of X. So let's have proof. For an open set U of X, we have U intersection Y is an open set. We have U intersection Y. This is a open set. So let Y belongs to U intersection Y. We choose Y from this U intersection Y. Then we can choose an element B belongs to script B. Means here we are choosing basis element B such that Y belongs to B intersection, Y belongs to B and it is contained in U. So here for any open set U of X, we have U intersection Y is open, and here we choose Y belongs to U intersection Y. Then also we can choose some basis element B of script beta such that Y belongs to B and B is contained in U. Then by lemma it follows that script by is basis for the subspace topology on Y. When this happens, then we say that script by is basis for the subspace topology on Y by using lemma. Which lemma? By using the lemma, this lemma. When X is topological space and script C is collection of open sets of X such that for each open set u of x and each x belongs to u, there is an element c belongs to script c such that whenever x belongs to c, c is contained in u, then script c is basis for the topology of x. So here u intersection y is open set, so and u is open in x, so y belongs to b, b is contained in u, but b belongs to where? Script b. So it follows that by using that lemma, script by is basis for the subspace topology on y. Note that if y is subspace of x, then we say that u is open in y if it belongs to topology of y. We know very well every member of topology on x is open set. So if we define any topology on y, then obviously u is open in y. But here y is what? Subspace of x. This implies that in particular a subset y is a subset of x. We say that u is open in x if it belongs to the topology of x. So we already discussed this. Now next lemma. Let y be a subspace of x if u is open in y and y is open in x. So if u is open in y and y is open in x, then u is open in x. So this we have to prove. What they given? Y is subspace of x. So its proof is simple. Since u is open in y, then u is equals to y intersection v for some set v which is open in x. Why? So we just said open sets in the subspace consist of set of all intersections of open set of x with y. So here I take v is open set in x and take its intersection. So whatever the result appear, that equals to we assume u, and this must be open set in subspace y. So using that, since y and v both are open in x, so y is also open in x and v is also open in x, therefore this intersection y intersection v is also open in x. Therefore as this is open in x, so left side says the u is also open in x. So this is the proof. So remember that the open sets in subspace y consist of the intersection, the all possible intersections of open set in x with y. So this we use here to prove the lemma. Next theorem. If A is subspace of x and B is subspace of y, then the product topology A times B is same as the topology A times B inherits as a subspace of x times y. So here A is subspace of x, B is subspace of y. So we define subspace topology on x and subspace topology on y. So we have to prove here the product topology A times B is same as the topology A times B inherits as a subspace of x times y. So let's have theorem. Given that A is subspace of x and B is subspace of y, so we can define subspace topology. Then the subspace topology on A is generated by the basis with elements u intersection A, where u is open in x. So as A is subspace of x, here I define subspace topology A, which is generated by the basis with elements u intersection A, where u is open in x and A is subspace of x. Similarly, we can define the subspace topology on B, which is generated by the basis element v intersection B, where v is open in y. So remember, u is open in x and v is open in y. Therefore the product topology, therefore we define product topology A times B, which is generated by basis element u intersection A times v intersection B. Therefore, the product topology A times B is generated by basis element U intersection A times V intersection B. Now let's consider the product topology on X times Y is generated by basis element U times V. So basis for the product topology is Cartesian product of U and V, where U is open in X and V is open in Y. So we discussed this. So using that, here we define the product topology on X times Y, which is generated by basis element U times V, where U is open in X and V is open in Y. So the collection of intersections U times V intersect with A times B. So collection of this is basis for the subspace topology on A times B. This collection of intersection is basis for the subspace topology on A cross B. So here first we define subspace topology A, and we know the basis for subspace topology of the form U intersection A, where U is open in X. Also we define basis topology on B with the help of basis element V intersection B, where V is open in Y. So now then we define the product topology A times B generated by basis element U intersection A times V intersection B. Now here we define the collection of intersections U times V intersecting with A times B. So this is nothing but this is the basis element for the subspace topology on A times B. Subspace topology on A times B. As for subspace topology A, here basis element is U times A, where U is open in X, and similarly for subspace topology on B, basis element is V times B, where V is open in Y. In this manner, U times V intersecting A times B, this is a basis for the subspace topology on A times B. Now in view of the identity U times V intersecting with A times B, this is equals to U intersection A times V intersection B by De Morgan's law. So by De Morgan's law. But this U intersection A times V intersection B, this is what? This is a basis element by which we generated the product topology A times B. This is a basis element for product topology A times B, and on left side U times V intersecting with A times B, this is the basis element for the subspace topology on A times B. Thus we conclude that the basis for the subspace topology on A times B and for the product topology on A times B are same. Hence the topologies are same. This proves the theorem. Next remark. An order set X. We say that a subset Y of X is convex in X if for each pair of points A less than B of Y, where this less than is an order relation, then the entire interval open interval A comma B of points of X lies in Y. Intervals and rays in X are convex in X. Intervals and rays in X are the convex in X. Let X be an order set in the order topology. Let Y be a subset of X that is convex in X. Then the order topology on Y is same as the topology Y inherits as a subspace of X. So these are the remarks. Now closed sets and limit points. Next article. A subset A of topological space X is said to be closed if the set X minus A is open in X. So X is topological space and A is its subspace, then this subset A is said to be closed if its complement, means the difference X minus A, is open. So whenever the complement of the subset A is open, then it is open in X. Sorry, then it is closed in X. Whenever the complement of any set A is open, then we say that set A is closed in X. Let's have example. The subset close interval A comma B of R is closed because its complement R minus close interval AB, that is equals to open interval minus infinity comma A union B comma plus infinity, is open. So here close interval A comma B, this is subset of R and this is closed because its complement of close interval A comma B is R minus AB, means from real line if we exclude close interval AB, then what remains? So all the elements in between A and B with A and B are omitted. So what remains? Minus infinity to A union B2 plus infinity. So this union remains and this union is open because union of open set is open. Similarly, the half open interval A2 plus infinity, this is closed. This interval is closed because its complement is what? Complement of this interval is R minus close A open infinity. So R minus half interval A comma plus infinity. So its complement is what? It exclude all the point greater than equals to A, means A plus 1, A plus 2 and so on up to infinity. So these points are omitted. So remaining points are minus infinity to A. So which is a open interval. So as its complement is open, that's why this set is closed. Also the subset close interval A comma B of R is neither open nor closed. Why it is not closed? Because its complement is what? Its complement is minus infinity to open A union close B to plus infinity, which is not open. That's why it is not closed. Also this is a half open interval, so we cannot say this is open. So that's why the subset half open interval of R is neither open nor closed. So remember, here half open interval A2 plus infinity is closed, but here half open interval A2 open B, A2 B, which is not closed. Another example, in the plane X is equals to R2. So this is a R cross R. Then the set A is equals to Cartesian product of X and Y, where X is greater than equals to 0 and Y is greater than equals to 0, is closed. This is closed because its complement is the union of two sets. So here X is greater than equals to 0, so it contains its complement is minus infinity comma 0 cross R and R cross minus infinity to 0. So each of which is a product of open set. So these are the product of open set. Remember that set of real number, that is R, is both open and closed. R is open and closed. So this product is also open and closed. So therefore it is open in R2. This set is open in R2. Next example, in the discrete topology on a set X. Discrete topology means this discrete topology means the set which contains all the possible subsets of X. So power set of X. So in this, and we know that every member of a topology is open set. So in the discrete topology on a set X, its every subset is open. So its every subset is open. Then every subset of X is closed, since its complement is always open. Why? Because this set itself, discrete topology is itself open set. So if we omit some element from that, then it becomes, its complement becomes, or that set remains open. Doesn't matter whether we omitted some finite number of elements from that set, doesn't matter, it remains open. So in that way, every subset of X is closed as its complement is always open. In other words, all other subsets of X are both open and closed. So all other subsets of X are both open and closed. Next example. Consider the following subset of real line. So this is the subset of real line. Here we treat X is equals to R and Y is its subset. Y is equals to close interval 0, 1 union open interval 2, 3. In the subspace topology, then the set close interval 0, 1 is open in Y. Then this set close interval 0, 1 is open in Y, because close interval 0, 1 is equals to intersection of Y with some open set in X -1/2 to 3/2. So here also, why this set close 0, 1 is open in Y? Here Y is subspace topology of R, and we know that the open sets in subspace topology are intersection of all possible intersections of open sets in X with Y. So here X we consider R. So using that, so here intersection of open sets from R with Y is what? This is equals to close 0, 1. So using that, this close interval 0, 1 is open set. So where -1/2, 3/2 is open subset of R. So here we treat X equals to R and Y is subspace topology on R. Similarly, 2, 3 is open in Y, since 2, 3 is equals to 2, 3 intersection Y, and 2, 3 is also open in R. So again using that result, in Y, the complement of 0, 1, the complement of close interval 0, 1 is what? Y minus close interval 0, 1, which is equals to open interval 2, 3, and 2, 3, this is a open set in Y. That's why close interval 0, 1 is closed set. So hence the set close interval 0, 1 is closed in Y. Also the complement of open set 2, 3 in Y is 0, 1. So its complement is what? Y minus open interval 2, 3, which is equals to close interval 0, 1. So this is a open. So we already proved here close interval 0, 1 is open in Y. That's why 2, 3 are closed as a subset of Y. So here close interval 0, 1, this become both open and closed in Y. Also open interval 2, 3, this becomes both open and closed in Y. So here we consider this close interval 0, 1 and open interval 2, 3 as a subset of Y in this case. Now next theorem. Let X be a topological space, then the following conditions hold. Empty set and X are closed. Second, arbitrary intersection of closed sets are closed. Third, finite union of closed sets are closed. So whenever X is topological space, then three conditions are satisfied. So in the definition of topological space, there are three conditions. First one is empty set and X are member of that tau. Then finite intersection of open set is open, and third one is arbitrary union of all the elements belongs to that set. So here I am exhibiting, in case of open sets we take arbitrary union of open set is open, but in case of closed set we take arbitrary intersection of closed sets are closed. So here arbitrary intersection means we can take either finite, countable or uncountable, means they are taking, suppose if you have given some set X and arbitrary intersection of elements in that set X. Whenever we talking about arbitrary intersections, it means either you choose finite elements for intersection or countable elements for intersection or uncountable elements for intersection. So my question is that why not arbitrary union of closed sets is closed? So here I am saying whether uncountable union of closed sets is closed, whether countable union of closed sets is closed. So here we have to find whether here we have to find a counter example or disprove that countable or uncountable union of closed sets is closed. Also whether countable or uncountable intersection of open set is open. So this we have to prove or disprove. So take this as exercise. So prove or disprove countable or uncountable intersection of open sets open sets is open. Prove or disprove whether countable or uncountable intersection of open set is open. So let's have theorem. So X be a topological space, then empty set and X are closed, arbitrary intersection of closed sets are closed, and finite unit of closed sets are closed. Let's have proof. Given X is a topological space, so X is a topological space, and as every member of topological space is open set, so therefore X itself is open. So hence X is open, since X minus empty set is equals to X. So X minus empty set is equals to X. So here we take complement of empty set with respect to X, which is X, and as X is open, so therefore your empty set is closed. Also X minus X is equals to empty, which is empty set, and this is empty set is always open, which is open in X. That's why X is also closed. Hence here we prove first condition, phi and X are closed in X. So first statement is proven. Next, let the set A alpha, index set A alpha, alpha belongs to J, be collection of closed sets in X. Then X minus intersection of A alpha where alpha belongs to J. So here index set is closed sets in X, then the X minus intersection of A alpha or alpha belongs to J. So by De Morgan's law, this is equals to union of X minus A alpha where alpha belongs to J. But the set X minus A alpha, these are the open sets. So therefore the right side of this equation represents the union of open sets, and we know that union of open set is open. So as the right side this quantity is open, that's why X minus intersection of A alpha, this is also open, and this is nothing but the complement of intersection of A alpha, complement of intersection A alpha in terms of X, which is open. That's why by definition of closed set, intersection of A alpha where alpha belongs to J is closed sets. So as the set X minus A alpha are open, then the right side of this equation represents arbitrary union of open sets, which is open. Therefore intersection of A alpha where alpha belongs to J is closed set in X. So second statement has been proven. Now third statement is finite union of closed set is closed. So for that, consider finite closed sets A1, A2, An are closed sets in X. Then its complement with respect to X, that is X minus union of I equals to 1 to N AI. So by De Morgan's law again, this is equals to intersection I varies from 1 to 1 to n x minus ai. So the right side set, so the set on right side is finite intersection of open sets, and we know that finite intersection of open set is open. So therefore this intersection is open, hence this complement of union of ai is open, that is x minus union of ai is open. So by definition of closed sets, as complement is open, so this quantity union I varies from 1 to n ai, this is a close. So third condition also proved. So here whenever x is topological space, then empty set and topological space x are closed. Arbitrary intersection of closed set is closed, and finite union of closed set is closed. Remark: let y is a subspace of x, then a set A is closed in y if A is a subset of y and A is closed in subspace topology of y. So here y is whenever y is subspace of x, then A is closed in y, here capital Y, then A is closed in subspace y if first condition is A is subset of y and A is closed in the subspace topology y. Open sets in subspace y of x is the set of all intersection of open sets of x with y. This we discussed already. So next theorem: let y be a subspace of x, then a set A is closed in y if and only if it equals the intersection of a closed set of x with y. Here y is a subspace of x, so let x be a topological space. See figure 7.1. Here x is a topological space and y is its subspace, means y is subset of A. So y is subspace, so take this rectangle as y, then a set A is closed in y if and only if A equals the intersection of a closed set. A equals the intersection of closed set of x with y. So here I take closed set as C. C is a closed set of x. This rectangle C is closed set of x. So A equals to the intersection of y with C, that is this A. This A is what? Closed where? In y. So this we have to prove. So we discuss in next lecture. Thank you.